I got broads in Atlanta, took the lean in the family, credit cards and scams, hitting the licks in the van, legacy, family, legacy, look like a panda, going out like a Montana, the kids on the hammer, legacy, family, legacy, panda, pockets full, Danny, selling bar, candy, hit on the macho like Randy, the chopper go out, grab it. This for the ladies.
My baby, I'm going to the song, yeah. Back up to me with rocker. Baby, back up your bumper. Turn up your waist to the song, yeah. This is my dirty place with the dance. This is check a dance. Keep it on the way to dance. Show me this dance. This your time, yeah. Let me see you go down. My baby, let me see you go down. Let me see you go down. My baby, let me see you go down. Let me see you go down. My baby, let me see you go down. Let me see you go down. Can I take to the smoker? Shake out the lips of a clean up on your man. Give me the back. Give me the woman. Give me the wickedness smile. Yes, push up and it's a time. It's a song which you die. Your body go island. Hear me no girl. Skin you go eat die. Hear me no care. Hear me no care. Hear me no care. Hear me no care.
Hold on, father. Hold on.
Aku para musikan dah hati itu apa mau beda dengan jiwa.
Thank you very much, Teach. Firstly, I would like to extend my welcome to our invited guests, partners and friends, stakeholders, and I'd also like to extend my thanks to the Huawei Devices team. Thank you very much, guys, for making this day possible. Without taking much of your time, I would like to introduce you to the Huawei Consumer Business Group. Huawei is a Chinese multinational ICT company established in 1987. Basically, Huawei is divided into three business groups. We've got the carrier business group. This is the group that focuses on providing services, solutions, and equipment to telecommunication companies, both fixed and mobile. We also have the enterprise business unit. Now, this business unit provides solutions and services to the private sector, to government and non-governmental organizations. And then we've got, last but not least, the consumer business group. this is the group that we're going to be focusing on today. This is the group that brings to you the smartphones. We also bring to you the mobile broadband devices, the home internet access devices, and the brilliant high silicon processors and chips. Now, Huawei as a whole is a leading ICT company in the world. Currently, we are present in over 170 countries, serving a third of the world population. We made revenue of $30 billion in 2015, and we invested $5 billion in research and development. Ladies and gentlemen, showing our commitment to providing our customers with the best services and products year in, year out. Now, as the consumer business group, currently we are ranked as #1 in terms of market share in China. We are currently the third largest smartphone manufacturer in the world. We are closing in on Samsung and Apple. So if we manage to invite our competitors in here, watch out, we are closing down on you. We have also been named as number 88 in the top 100 interbrand companies. So indeed, ladies and gentlemen, we are competing and standing amongst the best. We are partnering with some of the biggest brands in the world. For instance, Huawei has manufactured a handset for Google. We've got the navigation chip in the VW, in the Audi, in the Mercedes-Benz, also being manufactured by Huawei. Now, for the past 5 years, as the consumer business group, we have realized remarkable growth in terms of revenue, in terms of shipments. In terms of revenue, in 2015, Huawei realized a revenue of $20 billion. In terms of shipments, in 2015, we shipped over 100 million units. And then, in terms of market share, Huawei has also gained ground. As of January, worldwide, we have gained 11.1% market share. And then in China, we have gained 16.9% in terms of market share. And in Zimbabwe, according to a local research, we are currently sitting on 35% market share. Our growth has mainly been in the middle to high-end smartphones. Now, in the high-end smartphones, our flagship smartphones, the P7, we managed to ship 7.5 million units, and the Mate 7, we managed to ship 7 million units. For the P8, 5 million units and counting. And remarkably, ladies and gentlemen, for the Mate 8, just 4 months from its global launch, we have already shipped 3.4 million devices. Now, how as Huawei have we managed to realize so much growth? As Huawei, we have invested a lot in brand awareness. So now you're looking at brand awareness being enhanced in Africa, Latin America, Western Europe, the Middle East, China, and the world as a whole. This has been achieved by us partnering with some of the biggest brands in the world. For instance, Huawei sponsored the Vogue's 10th anniversary at the Shanghai fashion event. We have also engaged in sponsoring of the world's biggest game, everyone's favorite game. In Italy, we are sponsoring AC Milan. In England, we are sponsoring Arsenal. In France, we are sponsoring PSG. And closer to home, in South Africa, we are sponsoring Ajax Cape Town. Ladies and gentlemen, #1 brand associated with the #1 football player. We have just recently named Lionel Messi as our brand ambassador. Now, where to from here? As Huawei, we were initially viewed as a cheap, unfamiliar Chinese brand. But now we stand associated as a brand associated with fast growth, value for money, and good quality. Our aim is to reach a stage where we are associated, or rather viewed as a premium brand, associated with fashion and technology. In 2016, ladies and gentlemen, we are blending fashion, art, and technology. Our ultimate goal is to build Huawei as an iconic cultural technological brand. Ladies and gentlemen, at Huawei, we make it possible. Thank you.
In a few words. A round of applause for Mr. Robert Gonye as he comes up to tell us what he has in store for us this evening.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take that up again. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
Washan Hao, Huanhyang, Zimbabwe, Huawei Ren, Wojia Roberts. For those of you who don't understand Chinese, I know my Chinese is still a bit rusty, but we're just welcoming the whole Huawei Zimbabwe team present, and we welcome each and every one of you to attending this beautiful launch. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to dwell directly into my presentation. As you are aware, Huawei brought you all here today to what we call a new style of business. And we're doing so with the launch of our new Mate 8. But before I go straight into the Mate 8, I would have you know that we do have a series of what we call a new style of doing business premium devices. And I'm going to spend at least a few minutes just to educate you, inform you, and make sure that you become avid buyers and lovers of our devices. The first device that I'm going to go on into is called the Y6 Pro. Its key features are long-lasting battery and an outstanding 13 megapixel camera. You'll find that the Y6 Pro is a new device that we have on the Zimbabwean market. This phone or this device can give you up to 35 hours of heavy usage. It also has what we call superior power for all day when you're making your phone calls or any business transactions. It has the ability to work on a charger and also has the ability to charge other devices when using it. The Y6 Pro comes heavily equipped with a 13 megapixel camera, which also has an f2.0 aperture. The Huawei 6 Pro helps the modern generation see the world with a lasting clarity. Clarity through sophistication in taking the best images and in making sure it records the timeless moments that you share in your life. You can feel free to clap, it's okay. It also has a front-facing camera which is 5 megapixel. With the 5 megapixel front-facing camera, it has what we call an 84-degree selfie camera. This allows you to take clear, crisp, and almost perfect still images when you're taking your selfies. It also has what we call a wide range of photo editing features. The next one that I'm going to go into is called the GR5. Some have called this the Mini to the Mate S. The GR5 comes with a second generation fingerprint scanner. This device gives you the ability to unlock it or to open it by the use of your fingerprint. It also has a long-lasting 3000 milliamp hour battery. It also comes in a sleek metallic body and an outstanding 13 megapixel camera. The second generation fingerprint scanner gives you more comfort and an accurate and natural use with a shallow touchpad where you fit in your fingerprint. Hence, we call it gives you an easy-to-use 360-degree sensor. Even with sweaty hands, one is able to unlock their device. Now with this device, your login, like I mentioned, is through the use of your fingerprint. You're able to use any one of your key fingerprints when using it. And then that fingerprint is stored in the device. That becomes your primary source of unlocking the device. By double tapping, it gives you clear notification through the use of your fingerprint. The left side or the right side does not limit you whenever you decide to unlock your device. The long press with the fingerprint then also gives you the ability to answer voice calls, or also to silence an alarm, or to take photos. Most of us, when we're asleep, the norm is your phone rings, you don't feel like getting out of bed, but because of this new technology, all you need to do is just point your fingerprint on the little fingerprint sensor and voila, you're sorted. The GR5 also has a long-lasting battery for 3000 milliamp hours. This comes with a 64 octa-core chipset. This powerful chipset is produced by one of the best companies which make open source markets called Qualcomm. They make the Snapdragon 616 CPU with an Adreno 405 GPU for running applications at a high speed. Let me unbundle that. In short, your phone performs very fast. It comes with an integrated 4G LTE connectivity for fast online access. Being a manufacturer and a leader when it comes to network infrastructure, we also decided to bring out a 4G LTE connectivity device. Now, because of the synergy with the infrastructure and the device, what this phone gives you the ability to do is it can choose the best network and it can optimize your frequency when using your device, thereby saving your battery power. I think that definitely deserves a round of applause. So with this long-lasting battery, you don't miss a thing. The battery runs up to 35 hours for a moderate user and also 24 hours for heavy usage. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the pretty office lady, that's one of our staff members, taking a selfie with the GR5. It also comes with a 5 megapixel front camera, giving you an 88-degree wide angle lens. The 13 megapixel camera comes, like I already mentioned, with an f2.0 aperture stacked sensor. This allows you the ability to take real-time face enhancement pictures which are crystal clear. With the pictures in front of you, you can see that the ability of the beautiful filter and the stabilizer in this device before and after adds clarity to any picture. For those of you who are avid cookers at home, you would always want to make sure that you have a portrait of all your images of what you cook and you store those in your GR5. With every device that we bring to the market as Huawei, we've got a competition. We don't believe Samsung is our competition, but we believe we are racing against time and technology. But because Samsung feel that they are trying to compete with us, we thought it best to do a comparison between the GR5 and the Samsung J7. You'll find that the GR5 comes with a 5.5-inch Full HD screen. The Samsung also comes with a 5.5 Super AMOLED screen. It's good enough. The GR5 comes with a fingerprint sensor. The Samsung J7 does not give you the ability to have privacy in your phone. Hence, it does not have a fingerprint sensor. So you see the GR5 winning. The GR5 also comes in a fully polished metal body. The Samsung J7 comes in a plastic body. The difference or the best reason why you want a metal body phone, number one, the phone does not heat up as fast. Number two, your image is not distorted in any way when using your device. So that's the disadvantage with the plastic body. Ladies and gentlemen, those are the two devices that come in supporting the new style of business. But before I go into my main presentation, which is the Mate 8, allow me to play a short video for you. The Huawei Mate 8. When you're looking at a new style of business, when you're looking at how you're going to present yourself, be it in photography, be it in business style, be it in personal representation, one needs a device that's going to add value. We know that as people spend a lot of money purchasing devices, cell phones or tablets, the key thing that one is looking for is value. We're talking about value where your presentation that you're going to showcase looks stunning. Where the device that you're using, even when you show it in the presence of people, they know that you're serious about business. Here bringing you today with the Huawei Mate 8, ladies and gentlemen, we want to show you that this is the best device that is going to change and revolutionize the world. The Mate 8 obviously has a lot of essence in it. When I mean essence, I'm not just talking about essence that you smell in food. Trust me, you can also smell the essence in the Huawei Mate 8. There are a lot of features that I can possibly go into when I speak about the Mate 8, but I'm just going to focus on the key 8 that I feel before you leave today, you need to know. You find that with the first one, the Huawei Mate 8 has got a gorgeous display. You have the ability to touch and feel and experience this device. The Mate 8 has what we call an innovation of essence in the gorgeous display. This display is good to do business. First of all, it gives this compact design fits right in your hand and in your pocket. It embraces the whole big screen without burden. It's not just about the phone, but the big screen is about your clarity and your style of doing business. The next step, the second one, is what we call the high performance. Never slow down and also remains cool. To explain this second high performance niche and winning element of the Mate 8, allow me to also play you the next video.
通信、眼镜方向、把握方向，然后把握标准路标的这样的一个角色，我们要承担起这个责任来。
And engineers want to work on the most advanced products, they want to work on the most challenging designs, have the opportunity to innovate, and we have that here at Huawei.
It was hard to imagine a few years ago that we would reach such a level of performance at such a low power consumption point inside a smartphone.
就是以科技造福于人类这样的一个精神，去思考下一代移动通信系统如何成为社会的生产生活发展的一个基础品牌。
Continuous high performance is key for us here at Huawei as a team. And we decided to come up with the Kirin 950 chip. This chip allows you or gives you an increase in your performance of the device, because we believe that if we're going to make a top class, a premium, a new style of doing business device, it needs to perform to the best levels. It gives you the ability to run multiple applications, up to over 15 applications, without even slowing down your processing which is done by the device. This device also gives you what we call GPU performance, meaning that it increases the power performance of the device. This device, when used even for full day capacity, does not heat up. It remains cool and well below your body temperature. Why this device remains cool is a question that most of you are possibly asking. It's very simple. The smart thermal control has got what we call 6 layers. These 6 layers of thermal mechanics conduct or bring about what we call a highly conductive DX19 material, which was used when manufacturing this device. Because of that, the device will always remain cool. A very new revolutionary trend that is being brought about by Huawei. The high performance, therefore, does not always mean hot. So together with this new mechanical and thermal design, your Mate 8, like the one that I'm holding, can run fast, but always stay cool. The next feature is possibly one of my favorites on the Huawei Mate 8. It's called the long-lasting battery. More than 2 days of uninterrupted performance. You will find that with the Huawei Mate 7, a normal user was lasting or had the device working for at least 2.3 days. And then a heavy user was using the device for at least 1.38 days. And a normal user would have the device for at least 2.33 days. Whereas our competitor, the iPhone, a heavy user would use his own iPhone 6 Plus for only a day, and a normal user for 1.53 of the day. With the Mate 8, we then went a step further. We have now brought you more efficiency in battery usage. This device gives you the ability to use it for at least 2.36 days in short usage with this device. Meaning that if you're a heavy user, you'll get at least 1.65 usage from the device. When you break this down, you'll find something very interesting. Most of you are very familiar with that image. Wireless. I'm not talking that you're a wireless person, no. But what I mean is you're used to making sure that you carry your phone and your power bank. I greeted 2 of my friends who walked in from the media house. They already had their power banks and they were saying, is there a PowerPoint? Ladies and gentlemen, this is a thing of the past with the Huawei Mate 8. This device will give you up to 98 hours of straight music. If you're calling on a 3G network, it will give you up to 28 hours of 3G straight calls. If you're browsing on a 4G network, it gives you the capability to browse for up to 20 hours. And if you're streaming from high definition videos, you get the opportunity to do so for 17 hours. One interesting new feature on the Huawei Mate 8. This device has got what we call rapid charging. What I mean by rapid charging is when you charge it only for 30 minutes, it can give you power usage for a full day. You find that with most devices, at 30 minutes, the iPhone 6 Plus is only going to give you 18% usage of the day. The Mate 7 is going to give you 23% usage of the day. But with the Mate 8, we outdid ourselves, and we're now giving you 30 minutes, translating to a full day's worth of work. I'm not sure people are not clapping because they're jealous, or they're eager to purchase one, or they're not satisfied. Moving forward, the next one is the fourth element that I want to touch on the new style of business is what we call convenient security. It's a pity that the state law has now gazetted that a spouse cannot touch a phone or go through someone else's phone. I don't know whether that's good or bad, but maybe Star FM DJs Pakistani would know better. But with the Huawei Mate 8, what we've done is we've given you what we call an optimal balanced experience. What I mean by that, ladies and gentlemen, is when you design a fingerprint unlocking system or a fingerprint level unlocking system in a phone, it comes in 3 levels. The first generation Mate 7 only had what we call the level 1 rigid flow. Currently, phones on the market, like the iPhone 6, they've got the level 1 rigid flow. But as Huawei, we took it 2 steps ahead. We not only brought in level 2 rigid formation, but we also went a nudge ahead, and we now have the level 3 rigid path deviation. What does that mean? This simply means that when you're unlocking your phone, you're not going to be limited to only unlocking it in one way. You can either unlock it any way or even upside down. Your phone will still unlock, because what it recognizes are the characters or the print on your fingerprint in terms of detail and natural builds which God created you with. While we're still on the high level of security, the new Mate 8 unlocking experience has been improved by 100% efficiency. Where it used to take you at least a quarter or a 0.5 of a second to unlock, now you're doing this in almost a flash of a second to unlock your device. With the same use of your fingerprint, one is able to go directly straight to their photo booth. One is able to even take a video simply by double clicking or double tapping where the fingerprint sensor is, and it takes you directly there, and you are not even limited by having to first press or go into the main menu where you have to look for your camera. But if I double press, I'm already on my camera, as you can see. The fingerprint also gives you privacy. I know a lot of people love privacy in their devices. Especially, you might be a journalist, you might even be somebody who travels a lot, and even for business security, because this is your way of doing business. When you lock your fingerprint, no one has the ability to use your device. I've got a little daughter at home. She loves playing with my phones. So I always have to make sure that when she gets to hold my phone, once I unlock it, I've created a guest mode specifically just for her, so that she can go and play all the games and watch all the fun videos. But this does not allow her to go and make phone calls by mistake, because the last time she did that, I got a bill from Econet for over $80. I don't think that will be something that you all enjoy. The fingerprint also gives you what we call a quick access for your camera shot, and a call pickup, and even the alarm, which I already explained, available in the GR5. More on protection and security. The security that is in the Mate 8 gives you what we call full disk encryption. This means that you can lock your micro SD card within your device. So if somebody opens your device, they don't have the ability to go into your SD card, whether they want to transfer information or files. Furthermore, you also have what we call a secure keyboard. No one can just access or enter your phone by the use of your keyboard. The fifth style of business is the efficient business clear note sharing. I'm trying to beam images that I took so that they can broadcast here, but technology is letting me down. Nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, the new style of business has got what we call a hands-free 3.0. What this basically means is your device when recording within any setting, be it in a meeting, be it in an auditorium, or in a normal setting where someone is speaking like myself. It gives you the ability to choose a certain particular voice that you want to hear. How this is done is simply by the use of the camera, by the use of the earphones, or by the use of the speakers that have been designed on this phone. It's got a speaker here, here, and it's also got a speaker here, and the main one over here. So this gives it what we call 120% directional microphone mode. This directional microphone mode then picks up one exquisite voice that you feel you want to hear or you want to listen to. As an example, we're in a room, we've got Adam, Renee, and Tom. Perhaps you want to listen to what Adam is saying. The Mate 8 will record all three of these people as they're conversating in the room. But what it then gives you the ability to do is to listen to only what Adam was saying during the whole conversation that was taking place within the room. This is what we call directional recording, and it gives you, it's smart and it has a noise suppression, allowing it to choose and make sure that the conversation that you're listening to remains crisp and clear. The other ability that is found on this exciting gadget is what we call document readjustment. If you can focus on the presentation, one is going to take a document of that graph. The device automatically realigns the image from any angle taken, whether it's on a 45-degree acute angle or an obtuse angle. It aligns it and fills it up automatically. First, obviously, on the Huawei. The other interesting feature found on the Huawei is what we call the knuckle to capture. Technology. With the knuckle to capture, when you double knock on your device, it automatically unlocks. And this then gives you the ability to say, most of you, when you want to take a screenshot with your phone or you want to crop a particular space or an element on your device, you're going to need to press the power button. With the Mate 8, all you simply do is you trace with your knuckle. When you trace with your knuckle, you're then able to press share and send that particular image that you've cropped off your device. The other interesting feature with this device is what we call the long page screen capture. Most of us are very conversant or familiar with what we call a selfie, or a 360-degree selfie where one takes the whole room continuously. Most of the time you have to be doing a 360-degree like what I'm doing right now. But with the Mate 8, you want to take a very long building. There is no way you can go 360 degrees on a building that is going vertically, correct? With this new device, it gives you the ability to knock on the screen, continuously press, and then you're able to zoom in, as you can see, and take the video all at once. So the beauty about the Mate 8, you have the ability to crop your own videos through the use of double knocking, and you're able to share them. The sixth new style of doing business feature is the ability to connect worldwide with this device. The Mate 8 allows you the ability to connect to more than 200 countries. What do I mean by that? In technology, we simply say the global connectivity, which is supported by the Mate 8, supports more bands than any other dual SIM device on the market. It can support 4 2G bands, 9 3G bands, 18 4G bands, 217 countries or regions in terms of coverage, and a total of 1,334 carriers globally. That is definitely a win for the Mate 8. Now, because of its ability to choose a network and roam internationally, there's an interesting feature on the Mate 8. We call it the roaming experience. As you can see, that's Edward. That's a screenshot of my phone taken earlier on today. Edward is my black brother. Before Comic Pasta touched him, he used to be called Simbarashe. He's now called Edward. For those of you who didn't catch it, see me after the presentation. Now what happens is Edward is an American. As you can see, that's an American number. So I've got Edward's number saved in my device. All I need to do is dial the number as is. As you can see, there's no country code. But because the Huawei Mate 8 is super intelligent, it will automatically pick up the network or the frequency in which the numbers are configured and add the one on its own. And now we've got a smiling Edward who's connected to his brother in Zimbabwe, Robert. The seventh feature on the new style of doing business is the stunning photography available on the Huawei Mate 8. I believe this device is what I would call the device that is going to seize the moment. Why I say so? This device comes with the innovative OIS technology, which gives you up to 6 3-axis aspherical lenses to improve on the clarity and also to make sure that the anti-shake on the device has been reduced. With most devices, the anti-shake is usually 1.2 with the Mate 7, but what we did is with the Mate 8, we took it to 1.5, meaning that when you're taking a shot, when you're shaking, it automatically stabilizes itself and gives you the best clarity when taking a picture for that image. Because of the state-of-the-art sensor found on the Huawei Mate 8, made under our own housemanship, the Kirin under Huawei technology, this state-of-the-art sensor was a partnership with Sony, and what it simply does is it increases the performance and the clarity of your images by over 23%, and it then gives you a dynamic range of up to 20%. As you can see with the Mate 7, it was not as good, 1.3, 0.05, and now we've increased it by an extra 3%. So the Mate 8 is really a new stunner. We won't talk much about the iPhone 6 Plus. I'm hoping maybe the iPhone 7 would be better competition. The processing chip available on the Huawei Mate 7 gives you proprietary in terms of processing bandwidth of up to 400%. This gives, it has what we call a 14-bit precision, dedicated specifically just for the acceleration of your images, acceleration of the processing chip, and I would have you know, this CPU is a Core i5. I can assure you this performs better than most of the laptops that you currently own in your offices or in your homes. That's why we call it the new style of doing business. Because of the chip available in this device, it has what we call a hybrid autofocus. The phase detection in the autofocus gives you proper contrast and creates clarity in any image. As you can see, because of the new autofocus available in this, we've taken it a step higher. In the Mate 7, we had the Image Smart 2.0. Now we have Image Smart 4.0. The two images that you see, the one on the right, my right, possibly, yes, my right is the Mate 8. The one with the lady that is blurred is from a competitor's device. So the Mate 8 gives you more clarity and image smartness. It gives you automatic scenario detection, meaning that whenever you're choosing or taking images, you are able to zoom into a particular person or a particular element of that image, and then you can zoom it and it gives you clarity for it. It also has what we call an enhanced 3A algorithm. This enhanced clarity gives you better viewership, or in terms of when you take an image, the clarity is seen especially in low light conditions. The low light conditions, as you can see with the ceiling of that building, you are able to still focus and see the clarity. Furthermore, the instant focus in the processor gives you the ability to see the clarity of the birds, more so even on the building and the people that are inside that image. Last but not least, it also has the remarkable noise reduction. Now one is wondering, is the noise in the image or in people? We are talking about noise reduction in terms of the aperture when it's taking images. It then gives you clarity and crisp precision in everything that you're showcasing. I think the guys in media would understand this a lot more. Ladies and gentlemen, the last style of doing business as a key point that I need to make mention of, which is the 8th one, is what I call the standout. Whenever you are doing something in life, if it's not going to stand out and bring you the success that you desire to do it with, it's not worth doing. We at Huawei decided to say that when we're creating the Mate 8, we need to make a device that expresses yourself, your way, your style of doing business, and also stands out. This was done by the curves that are found in this device. The curves, I'll have you know, are very slick, they are very smooth, and with the polished metal, this gives you the ability to hold the device and not drop it. Most devices available on the market come with a concave or a convex shape, which is very bulky. The challenge is you're not able to achieve any business operations while you're possibly walking or while you're even seated. You might need to use both hands. But with the Mate 8, you're able to do all your business activities by simply holding the device in your hand because of the curves that this phone possesses. Furthermore, the exquisite detail which is seen on this device, it has what we call the micrometer grade brushed metal sides. These metal sides give it a robust look, a premium look, which is timeless in its essence and in its business style. The smooth bead blasted ray also gives you the clarity whenever you're looking at your device. Because of the shape of the Huawei Mate 8, most focus is just on your screen. So one is not limited in terms of looking at the device in as far as the shape or the front end or the bottom end, but the LCD on its own resonates and giving you total 360-degree clarity in any way that you're looking at the device. I'll also have you know the Mate 8 is the only device on the market that comes with what we call a mocha brown. The mocha brown is a color, and that comes with a gold bezel surrounding the camera. This device is also available in champagne gold. It's also available in moonlight silver and space gray, like the one that I'm holding. The next question, where do you buy the device? Huawei is partnered with Econet, we've partnered with Spellbound, we're available in Truworths. Most and some of our devices are also available in Telecel. They're also available at Net1. We also have what we call Huawei Premium Stores. We're also available in most, if not all, the key retail clothing stores in Zimbabwe. without forgetting one of possibly the biggest fixed mobile broadband company, Tel1. We also have partnered with PowerTel, Gtel, Mate, Topics. So in essence, Huawei is available in well over 200 stores in and across Zimbabwe. Should you have any challenges with your device, I know some people can possibly drop their device, they can sit on their device, drop it in water, and it needs urgent attention. Our devices can be taken to our authorized service agents. We do have 2 in Zimbabwe, and the first one is what we call the mobile clinic. They're available on 72 Cameron Street, or Cell Services. Cell Services have been our longest partner in as far as service and support is concerned. We do have a hotline number. This hotline number is a call center which is routed to South Africa, but allows and addresses any one of your concerns with regards to any one of our devices. The prices. I'll start with the Y6 Pro. The Y6 Pro will be available at a recommended retail price of $230. That's a 2 GB phone with a 16 GB expandable slot up to 64 gig. The GR5 is available at a recommended retail price of $355. The Huawei Mate 8, like the one I have, is going to be available on the Zimbabwean market for $650. But just because all of you came here today, I think I want to give you all a special gift. When you go and you decide to purchase the Huawei Mate 8, if you go and you decide to purchase the Huawei Mate 8 from today up till the 31st of this month, everyone in here is walking away with a cash voucher of $50 off that retail recommended price. And unfortunately, it doesn't go for the GR5 or the Y6 Pro. We can talk after the presentation. Right, maybe before I go into the next step, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to play the last video, and then I'll officially launch and give you hands to the Huawei Mate 8.
The Huawei Mate 8. With a 6-inch Full HD display with 95% color saturation, lightning quick octa-core processor, a true breakthrough in power and efficiency, long-lasting battery with pixel camera with outstanding imaging capabilities, dual 4G SIM cards connecting to 20 bands.
Zimbabwe. Before I leave, we have key people that we want to honor as our own brand ambassadors who are going to be using our Huawei devices. Maybe if I can invite Mr. Teach Maoni to the MC to come and invite the 3 brand ambassadors, and we'll welcome them to the podium as they come and receive their devices.
A round of applause for the wonderful presentation by Mr. Robert Gonye. Maoko, Maoko. I do have to say, the fingerprints are something that caught my eye, because I'm always one person who doesn't want anything to do with fingerprints aside from using my phone. No police, no clearance, nothing. I want my fingerprints to myself. We're going to introduce brand ambassadors for the Huawei Mate 8 in no particular order. I'm going to start off with Russo. So please, a round of applause for Mr. Russo, a very popular musician and producer. The next one is the Comic Pasta. Maoko Maoko for our Comic Pasta. I know he's got a couple of jokes inside him tonight. He's always saying stuff about ZFM. Shout-outs to everyone. And last but not least, a colleague of mine from ZFM Stereo, the station that other stations love to listen to, the station with all the stars and all the power. Ruveneko Parirenyatwa. A round of applause for Ruveneko Parirenyatwa. A wonderful lady. I've watched her grow in the industry. Of course, I was just watching her. I wasn't, not like every day. I was doing some other things, working, also going home, and yeah. So these are our brand ambassadors. A round of applause for the 3 brand ambassadors who are here this evening. Maybe a few words from the brand ambassadors. Ladies first. Ladies first? No. Okay, gentlemen. We'll start off with the Comic Pasta.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Or you want to first give, all right, should we sing first? This is not a joke. Most of you thinking it's a joke. No, this is not a joke. I'm now a brand ambassador for Marine Wedding on Huawei. So yeah, it all depends on the number of teeth in your mouth. Pakistan, I know you call it Huawei as well, but Huawei, whatever it is, but I'm a brand ambassador, and we just want to say thank you to Huawei. I have to learn till I know how to pronounce it. I'll be preaching about it in every sermon. I'll try and find a verse in the Bible that supports this device.
A few words from Mr. Russo. Any words from you? Aren't you excited to get this device?
I just want to say it's really an honor to be part of the Huawei family. We're really excited, and we're going to preach about Huawei everywhere we go. Seven Huawei music, shared by Israel. We're going to be singing about it. Thank you.
Maoko Maoko, big round of applause to the brand ambassadors. I know the Iron Lady doesn't want to say anything tonight. Not even a train can stop her though. But anyway, big round of applause to the 3 brand ambassadors. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. And we hope we will be seeing you use the Huawei Mate 8. Again, we're streaming live on social media. We are on technomag.co.zw, and the hashtag is hashtag Huawei Mate 8 ZW, hashtag the new style of business. Moving on. We're kindly going to invite the country director, Mr. Victor, to come up and give us a few words.